Q&A part. Let me also ask a brief introduction about yourself, Dr. Rajesh, because although I have mentioned your experience, where you graduated, how did you encounter DXN?
The journey began, actually I am an Ayurveda physician. In India we have an Indian system of medicine. Like the Chinese have a traditional Chinese system of medicine, every country has its own system of medicine. And that's how these civilizations, these countries survived in the toughest of times where we were so much affected by bacteria, infections, viral infections, situations where there was famine, drought. We all survived all through that. And every civilization had its own way in looking after themselves in association with nature, and so was in India. And this Indian system of medicine is called Ayurveda, and I happen to study that. It's an integrated system of modern medicine and the Indian traditional medicine. And after I finished my 5-year course, then I realized that if I had to be a true physician, I need not see sick people. My job is to make sure that people don't fall sick. And that's what, it's like a soldier whose job is not to go and just fight in wars, but to stand there to protect the country so that there is no war. And I felt that was my responsibility, and I ventured into, rather than the sickness industry, I thought it's better to be in the wellness industry. And I thought in the wellness people are still aware, they know, they can understand, you can manage them. And prevention, as you all were discussing, is better than cure. I thought to take the better route of prevention. And I started my own little clinic by the name of Mango Tree Clinic, and I was looking after only people who could be healthy and in wellness. It's that time that one of the distributors from DXN approached my clinic, and he told me that, hey, we are from this company, DXN, we have this magical mushroom, this can cure all illnesses, this can help in all the conditions. And I was like sitting on the other side as a physician trying to see how dumb this guy is. We study so many herbs, we study so many, and he's coming and telling that one is enough for the many. And the first thing came in mind was, I'm least interested, you can leave. Right? Because I did not know what Ganoderma was. I did not have any idea of what the mushroom was in India. Mushroom is not regarded as a good food. Forget medicine. Okay, so I had to just tell him to leave. But while he was leaving and going out of the door, suddenly my mind just whispered to me, how smart you are. The stuff that you did not even get introduced to, you already ignored it. Who knows? Something that you don't know, after knowing, will become your choice. And I felt really bad because I have been always the listener of the whispers of my mind. And I actually got up, humbled myself, went out. The person was leaving. I said, excuse me, can you come? Okay, can you tell me more about this? Because I thought I had to, because this person knows something I don't know, and I was thinking I know everything, and I don't need this person's knowledge. That was my hindrance, and I realized that was my block. So when I got introduced to the mushroom, I got to know for the first time, it was known as Ganoderma lucidum. Then they also call it the Rishi in Chinese, in Japanese. And Rishi is something very, very important in India because it's the path to spirituality. So I got to know so much. So I got interested in this. And I had to just read between the way he was speaking. What he meant was more important than what he said. And I thought the meaning was more important. So when he said that all these illnesses and all these conditions can be cured by this mushroom, he actually meant that this is the best mushroom for prevention. Right? And I said, wow. So I now was changing the way I was looking at interpreting his words. Rather than taking it literally, I used my common sense to understand what he really meant. And he had a good feeling to just share something that he found was interesting with somebody he felt could add value and meaning by passing it on to the people. And so I realized that it was my ego that was preventing me from exploring the journey. The day I largest organic cultivators of this mushroom, and I think to even come close to any competitor having a mushroom like this is just going to be a distant dream. So all those distributors of DXN, you should understand you're a part of a very exclusive company that produces some of the most amazing mushrooms. One of them that leads the top of the chart is Gandama lucida. That's our team.
I want to add a question about the Ganoderma, but since you have emphasized on the difference of